Hey, if you're a video editor or a motion designer and you want to start making over $100,000 a year doing what you love, stick around for this video because I give you some tactics that I've used to grow my freelance creative career over to $100,000, $200,000 a year. And these tactics are things that you can start doing today to start growing a better client base, charging more, all that fun stuff. Stick around, we're going to get to these tactics right now. Hi, I'm Cameron King, and I like to teach people in the post-production world about how to grow their career. So if you're a motion designer or a video editor or anyone in that sort of sphere of influence and you want to learn more about how to grow your career, start making more money, getting better clients, please subscribe to this channel. So in my over 15 years of experience, I've learned quite a few things to be successful in this field, whether it's getting new clients, making more money, maintaining those clients. I've been having six-figure years for the past 5 years just doing video editing and motion design. Now I'm going to assume you have the technical skills to get by as a motion designer or a video editor. This is going to be more about the soft skills you need in order to be successful. Let's get started, shall we? Stick around because all these tips are going to help you survive in this business. All right, so overall, you need to work on your communication. I remember being a young know-it-all editor in my 20s, and more than once I've gotten in trouble for popping off my mouth too much or saying something real smart alecky to my boss or not taking projects too seriously because I was better than these projects or whatever that is. I remember one time being reprimanded in front of my peers because I said something snarky, and that was pretty awkward. And I even had other peers who have had a big ego on their shoulders and didn't know how to communicate with folks and get along with the folks, and they frankly have gotten canned or are no longer in the business because they couldn't handle the communication and the peer sort of relationship aspect of doing this sort of work. Face it, when you're in this world, it really is a collaborative effort. And if you learn how to talk to your clients, talk to your peers, talk to your colleagues, you will have a lot more success. People will want to work with you. They'll look at you as an asset because you can actually speak the lingo. You can actually get projects done in an efficient manner because you're communicating effectively and clearly. So start reading books on communication, start watching YouTube videos on communication, maybe even sign up for a course or two about communication. Once you hone this in, clients will want to work with you because you'll be a lot more effective, you'll be a lot more efficient, you'll be a lot more clear. And once that happens, they'll start coming back to you more and more, and you start charging premium prices because you know how to work faster and talk more clearly and communicate more effectively. Now I'm going to give you one quick communication tip for fun, but first, if you're liking what I have so far, please give this a big old thumbs up and please subscribe. That'd be awesome. So one thing you can start doing today is start using collective and inclusive language. Now, what do I mean by that? So you want your language to be focused on others instead of self-focus. So instead of saying things like you or I, where you shift sort of the focus and the blame, so to speak, you're going to start having inclusive language saying things like we and us. For instance, let's say you're on a project and you think that the director or producer has a bad idea. Instead of saying, hey, you're making a terrible mistake, or your idea is bad, or I don't think your idea is going to work, things like that, that automatically puts them in a sort of fight or flight stance, in a defensive state, right? What you want to do is use words like we. Hey, how about we try this instead? Instead of like making it all about them and putting the pressure back on them and putting the offense on them, so to speak, you're really going to say, hey, how about we try to do this instead? And once you do that, what it does is opens up their mind and their feelings to other possibilities without being defensive. Unless they're just dead set on something, at least you tried. That's one of my favorite things to do whenever I have to reply back on an email or something. I say, hey, how about we try this? And generally that kind of softballs the next steps. All right, on to the next step, which is don't be too attached to the work. I'm gonna be frank with you. If you're getting paid to do someone else's work, just do it. At the end of the day, it's not yours. Yes, you can still take pride in it. Yes, you can still do awesome work. You can still put your own stamp on it. You can still put your own sort of voice into it. But at the end of the day, it's not yours. And you have to keep that perspective throughout the project. Your creativity is wonderful. It's awesome. That's why people hired you. But sometimes your piece and the relationship matters more than just trying to fight for your ideas. So choose your battles wisely, fight for the things that really matter, and don't sweat the small stuff if it doesn't matter. So this one has helped me tremendously throughout my career. It's still an ongoing process. Start thinking like a director or a producer, or both. Start thinking like both of them. It can only help you in the long run. Go beyond just pushing buttons and editing and sticking to the script, and really start getting into the mind of the director, of the producer, of whoever is, you know, sort of handling the vision for this project. Get inside their head, try to get inside their vision and help them out, help them see things that they don't see. If you start thinking like a director, start thinking like you own this project, granted, don't get too tied up with, you know, the second one, which is at the end of the day, it's not yours. But still, that having that asset of thinking like a director, thinking like a storyteller is only going to pay off in the long run, because what happens is these directors and producers see you as someone like, all right, this guy, this gal can come in here, take all this footage and make something totally unique. They can take my vision and ramp it up 50% more than I even envisioned it myself. And that is a valuable asset. They'll start paying you more. You can start charging more. They want to keep you around for the next project because they said that, hey, Cameron, this is speaking to myself, can really take these interviews, chop them up in a way that I didn't even see was possible, and make this piece even more valuable to the end client. So we want to keep him around, pay him what he's worth, give him all the money. Editing platforms will come and go. You'll also get older. You may even start aging out of editing, but having that director mindset, that producer mindset, will last you throughout the rest of your career. So I suggest you start learning now. All right, bonus tip here. I want you to always go above and beyond. I want you to over-deliver, under-promise. I don't know if you've ever heard that before. You might have heard it a lot because a lot of people say it, but it's true. Over-deliver, under-promise. Hey client, this thing, I can have it done for you by Friday. Give it to them on Wednesday instead. Surprise the heck out of them, blow their minds. You know, if you charge $1,000 for a video, give them $2,000 worth of value in that video. Your goal should be to wow your clients and even wow yourself in the process. Hopefully every time you take on a new edit, you're learning something new, especially in your early years. If you give them tremendous value in the edit, if you over deliver, they will come back over and over again and you'll have long lasting relationships. Now, if you're looking to get hired as a video editor, check out this video. It'll give you some tips. Again, please subscribe if you haven't already. I got more things coming to you next week. And lastly, what was your biggest takeaway? Please leave a comment below. I would love to know, and I'll answer whatever questions you might have.